Somewhere in America, a woman is paying $200 for someone to clean her home. Somewhere in a different city, a wealthy family is paying a household staffer nearly $300,000 a year, according to a 2025 industry report from a luxury staffing agency, and that person has never once been asked to explain what they do. Both of them are called housekeepers. Neither of them is doing the same job, because as wealth climbs, cleaning stops being the point. What you're really paying for is the feeling that the house takes care of itself. There are 7 levels to this profession, and almost nobody outside the ultra-rich has ever seen past level 3. Let's meet the staff. Level 1, the weekly cleaner. At the bottom, it's simple. Someone comes once or twice a week, vacuums the floors, wipes the counters, scrubs the bathrooms, and leaves. They're paid by the hour or by the visit, either directly or through a cleaning service. There's no relationship beyond the job itself, no real knowledge of the family, no involvement in how the household runs. The residential cleaning industry in the US alone is worth tens of billions of dollars a year, almost entirely built on this single transaction. You hire someone, they finish a task, they go home. At level 1, you're not paying for a lifestyle, you're paying for a task to disappear. Level 2, the full-time housekeeper. Now the job changes shape entirely. Instead of a weekly visit, it's a daily presence, someone who works exclusively for one household and learns how that household actually functions. Laundry, wardrobe organization, guest rooms prepared before anyone asks, small preferences noticed and remembered. Full-time private housekeepers in the US typically earn between $35,000 and $50,000 a year starting out, climbing towards $65,000 to $85,000 with more experience in high-end households. The distinction that matters isn't the paycheck. It's that the cleaner became a fixture, no longer cleaning a house, but maintaining a lifestyle, quietly, every single day. Level 3, the senior housekeeper. This is where the job starts splitting into layers. Large households don't employ one housekeeper. They employ several, and someone has to be in charge of the rest. The senior housekeeper trains new staff, checks their work, organizes cleaning schedules across an entire property, manages the linens and laundry systems, keeps track of inventory, and gets the residents ready before events or guests arrive. When something goes wrong, they're the one who reports it up the chain, usually to a house manager above them. The skill required here has quietly shifted. It's no longer just knowing how to clean well. It's knowing how an entire housekeeping operation is supposed to run and catching the mistakes before anyone upstairs ever sees them. Level 4, the estate housekeeper. At this level, the word housekeeper barely covers what the job has become. We're talking mansions, sometimes multiple residences across cities or countries, all running at once. The estate housekeeper coordinates staff schedules, vendors, maintenance, and purchasing, working alongside chefs, drivers, security, and personal assistants, reporting directly to the family or an estate manager. Functionally, this is closer to an operations manager than a cleaner, and the pay reflects it. Estate housekeepers in major US cities can earn well over $100,000 a year, sometimes crossing $160,000 with 7+ years running a single high-value property. Think of a 5-star hotel running behind closed doors, except there's only one guest who ever sees it. The wealthier the household, the less its owner should ever have to think about how it runs and notice. It's still just one property. Level 5, the ultra-discreet housekeeper. Here, the job quietly becomes about something most people never consider: what staff are allowed to know and never allowed to repeat. Billionaire and celebrity households routinely require staff to sign non-disclosure agreements before they ever set foot inside. Court documents that became public a few years ago showed Jeff Bezos required a former housekeeper to sign an NDA so strict it barred her from ever describing him, his family, or her own personal impressions of them in any form. He reportedly paid her $250 just for signing it. And that's not an isolated case, it's simply the one that became public. Housekeepers at this level see private conversations, family routines, and visitors who were never supposed to be discussed. They learn to notice everything and say nothing, and at this level, knowing what not to say can matter more than knowing how to clean. Level 6. The private household organization. At the very top of daily life, the household stops being a house. It becomes an organization, multiple mansions across multiple countries, each with its own housekeeping team and house manager. Above all of them sits an estate manager, and above that, often a family office, the same entity that manages a billionaire's investments, now also managing their homes. The structure looks something like this: principal, family office, estate manager, house managers, housekeeping supervisors, housekeeping teams. Recruitment agencies place staff into these structures. Seasonal teams rotate through specific homes, and the entire operation starts to resemble a company more than a family home. The product being delivered isn't clean anymore. It's an entire private world, running without friction, in multiple places at once. Level 7. The invisible housekeeper. This isn't the highest paid version of the job. It's the most perfected version of it. At level 7, the housekeeper already knows the family's routines before they're stated out loud. Rooms are prepared before anyone asks. Problems are solved before the family notices there was ever a problem. They know exactly when to enter a room and exactly when to disappear from it. Nothing about their presence disrupts the household, and nothing about their absence is ever felt either. Final payoff. 7 levels. Same job title, 7 completely different realities. Level 1, cleaning a house. Level 2, maintaining a home. Level 3, managing housekeeping. Level 4, running an estate. Level 5, protecting privacy. Level 6, managing a private household organization. Level 7, becoming invisible. At the bottom, you're paid to clean the house. At the top, you're paid to make sure the billionaire never has to think about the house at all. If this kind of hidden world fascinates you, wait until you see who actually runs it from behind the scenes. Next,